Good morning and welcome to the Daily Tanya. Today is Friday, Chavdal Teves, 24th of Teves. Today is the yahrzeit of the Alter Rebbe, the author of the Tanya. And the Alter Rebbe's name was Shlomo Zalman. And as the Rebbe mentioned, Shnei Oyer means two lights. And two lights refers to the two lights that the Alter Rebbe illuminated the world with. The light of the Nigla de Torah, the revealed part of the Torah, as he wrote the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, and the light of the Chassidus, the mystical part, the esoterical part of the Torah, the inner light of the Torah, which, of course, the basic book of the Chassidus is the Tanya, what we learn every day. And these two lights is what brings us and shines in our life, enables us to overcome the challenges of the day. And that is actually connected with what we're learning in today's Tanya. We begin chapter 13, where the Alter Rebbe also talks about the light of Hashem, and Hashem helps us to come to the right decision. So let's begin with the tzedakah. The Doila tzedakah, Shemekareves Esageula, tzedakah brings Mashiach closer. So, in chapter 13, the Alter Rebbe goes back to a question that he asked in the first chapter when he spoke about the tzaddik, the Beinani, and the Rasha. There are tzaddikim, the righteous people, the intermediate people, and then there is wicked people. And he quoted what it says in the Gemara that tzaddikim yetzer tov shoiftan, tzaddikim are judged by the yetzer tov, by the good inclination. Rashaim, the wicked, are judged by the evil inclination. And Beinanim zeh v'zeh shoiftan. The Beinanim, the intermediate person, is judged by both, by the good inclination and by the bad inclination. And here the Alter Rebbe, after explaining that really the intermediate person is not a person who is half good and half bad. It is a person that is in full control when it comes to act, and the action, when it comes to speech, when it comes to thought, is in full control and is doing only the right thing. So what does it mean that he's being judged by both? So the Rebbe says, and he says, look carefully what the words that is used, that is being judged. It doesn't say that is being ruled by both, because the Beinani is not ruled by the evil inclination. He's being judged by both. What does that mean? So in a Jewish court, you're supposed to have 3 judges. And when it comes to in a court, that each judge says his opinion. So sometimes you have 2 opposite opinions. And then you have the third opinion that makes the decision. And that is exactly what happens with the Beinani. There is an opinion that comes out to mind that of the Beinani to do something not good, because the Beinani still has some evil thoughts within him. He has the evil side still is there. It exists. It brings up some opinions, and then the other side, the other opinion, is to do the right thing. So if you have 2 opinions, how do you make a decision? How do you come to the right decision? It is the third judge that helps you make the right decision. What is the third judge? God himself. Hashem helps us to come up with the right decision and to overcome the opinion and the desire of the Yetzer Hara. And although, yes, we learned in the last chapter that by nature the Beinani, we know the mind over feelings, that the mind rules over the emotions. But this is, and we said especially after davening, when the Beinani prays, we mentioned yesterday, as you remember, that the prayer has also an impression, that the after effect of the prayer that helps the Beinani to make the right decision. But this is only true while you still have the effect of the prayer. But sometimes, you there's a long day, and you don't have already the sense of the prayer that you prayed in the morning. For that, we need Hashem's help to come up with the right decision. And this is what we said also is connected with the studying of the Torah. And that is why we said connected with the name of the Alter Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe gives us these teachings, this Torah, to be able to use Hashem's help to overcome the Yetzer Hara. And let's see, inside chapter 13 in the Tanya. Says the Alter Rebbe, ובזה יובן לשן מיימר הזל, מיימר רבנו זכרנו לברכה, בינונים זה וזה שפטן. פירוש יצר טוב ויצר הרע. Accordingly, we may understand the comments of our sages that Beinanim are judged by both their good and evil inclination. Both judge him and dictate his conduct. As scriptural support for this contention, the Talmud cites a verse that says in Tehillim. The verse says as follows: Dichsiv, ki yamoid liyamin evyoin lo ishia mishoftei nafshei. As it is written, He, the Almighty, stands in the right hand of the poor man to save him from them that judge his soul. So we're talking about the poor man that is being judged by them, the judges. Judges in plural, shoftei, that's plural. So the plural term that judged them, that judge, indicates the presence of two judges within the person, the evil inclination and the good. Says the Alter Rebbe, what we just said. It doesn't say that he has two rulers, that he's being ruled by both, because he's not. Note that our sages did not say he is ruled by both, the good inclination and the evil, God forbid. Because if he's being ruled, even for a moment, by the evil inclination, then he's no longer a Beinani. He's no longer an intermediate person. He's already considered a Rasha. He's considered a wicked person, and we're talking about a Beinani who is full control. Because where the evil nature gain any rule and dominion, albeit momentarily, over the small city, meaning whenever the evil rules one's body, likened to the city, which both good inclination and the evil seek to conquer. So one is deemed wicked, a Rasha, at such time. And we're talking about a Beinani who is not a Rasha. So that's why he says the Yetzer Hara is not a ruler over the Beinani, is merely a judge. He's giving his opinion. Rather, the evil inclination is in the Beinani is no more than, for example, a magistrate or a judge who expresses his opinion on a point of law. Now, the judge expresses his opinion does not mean that his opinion is going to be the decision. Again, we are talking about a Jewish court that has three judges. ואף על פי כן יכול להיות שלא יהיה פסק הלכה כך למעשה, מפני שיש עוד שופט ועדיין החלק עליו. Yet, in fact, his decision is not necessarily final, for there is another magistrate or judge who disagrees with him. וצורך להכריע ביניהם, it then becomes necessary, in order to formulate a binding decision, to arbitrate between the two. וההלכה כדברי המכריע, and a final verdict will rest with the arbitrator. Same thing says the Alter Rebbe, kacha yetzer hara oimer daite b'chalal hashmala shebalev. Similarly, in the battle between the evil inclination and the good, the evil inclination states its opinion in the left part of the Beinoni's heart. It creates an evil desire in his heart and demands that he act accordingly, thus rendering judgment as to his further conduct. From the heart, the desire ascends to the mind for contemplation. Now, this ascent is automatic. Whenever a desire is awakened in the heart, the brain will contemplate it. However, right away, there is another opinion. There is the good side, the nefesh elokis. Immediately upon its ascent to the brain, it is challenged by the second judge, the divine soul residing in the brain, which extends into the right part of the heart, where the good inclination abides. This good inclination reveals itself in the right side of the heart to effect that the intellect, the understanding of the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination, affects its emotion to make the right decision. So you have two sides now, and you need to come to a decision. You need to come to a final verdict. You need the third opinion. You need the arbitrator. Who is the third opinion? Says the Alter Rebbe, v'halacha k'divrei hamachriya hu HaKadosh Baruch Hu ha'ozrei la'yetzer tov. The final verdict rests with the arbitrator, the Holy One, blessed be He, who comes to the aid of the good inclination, enabling it to prevail over the evil inclination. And he quotes what our sages say in the Talmud, that if not, or were it not for the Hashem's help, we would not be able to overcome our evil inclination. As our sages say, man's evil inclination gathers strength daily. And if the Almighty did not help his good inclination, he could not overcome it. One would not be able to overcome the evil inclination without Hashem's help. That's how powerful it is. And what is the help that Hashem helps us? The help that God grants him is the glow of divine light that illuminates his divine soul. That it may gain superiority and mastery over the folly of the fool, the evil inclination, and dominion paralleling to the superiority of light over darkness, as stated above. So we said, just as little light banishes much darkness, so is the abounding folly and darkness of one's evil inclination driven away by dint of the little light of holiness emanating from his divine soul. It is this ray of divine illumination that constitutes God's assistance to the divine soul. And this is what the oil, the light of the Torah, that Hashem gives us the help. The more you study the Torah, the more you make the right decisions. It was a mashpia, Rabbi Shlomo Chaim Kesselman, alav shalom. It was a mashpia in Kfar Chabad. And he would constantly say that whenever in life, we always have to, any decision, any thought, any idea that comes to mind, we always have to think, is that thought, we have to be critical of the thoughts that we have. We have to analyze it. Is it coming from the good side or not? Who is talking now? Is the Yetzer Hara talking or is the Yetzer Tov talking now? And because sometimes the thoughts that we have may sound very, very special, very good thoughts, but they may not be so. So we always have to be critical with ourselves to see whatever we do now. I'm about to say something. Is it something that is I should say or not? Was one of the people who were the students of Rabbi Shlomo Chaim. He ended up dropping out of the yeshiva, and he joined the army. And then back in those days, for a yeshiva boy to join the army was spiritually a big challenge, because the environment was not conducive to live a religious life. But he went through the army and he did everything, and he was strong. And he said those words of his mentor, Rabbi Shlomo Chaim, kept him strong throughout the years, because anything what he did, anything that he wanted to do, he would always say to himself, who's talking now? Is the Yetzer Hara or is the Yetzer Tov? So this is the end of today's shir. Mitzvah Hashem. We'll see you Motzei Shabbos, after Shabbos. Have a wonderful Shabbos. May the light of the Alter Rebbe continue to shine in our lives. May we very soon be reunited with the coming of Mashiach and the resurrection of all the tzaddikim, including the Alter Rebbe, and the coming of Mashiach very soon. Have a good Shabbos.